Buckle up, Dragon Slayers. Welcome back to the Dangers and Dragons podcast. You know how we do it here, right? Daily dose of addictive stories and legendary adventures and those twists you just don't see coming. Oh, and of course, it's all delivered with, with masterful storytelling. I'm Adrian, and I'll be guiding you through today's fantastical journey.
And I'm Julia, ready to dive into the magic and, maybe a bit of mayhem along the way.
So today's story, it's called Flicker, and it takes us to this world where love and magic, well, they kind of collide. Where defying death has a pretty steep price. It all begins with Maya. Now, Maya is this gifted healer, but she's facing the unimaginable. Her beloved Ben is right on the edge of death.
And the thing is, traditional healing, that's her expertise, you know? It's just failed completely. So right away, we're thrown into this world of, desperation, impossible choices. What do you do when there's no time left?
It's like, imagine you're Maya, right? The clock is ticking, and the only thing left is this forbidden grimoire filled with dark magic. What would you do? Inside, Maya finds this concept, this idea of magical exchange. Basically, to save a life, another has to be given. Chilling stuff.
Oh, it's a classic, right? We see this all the time in fantasy, but Flicker adds this twist. It's not just any life. The grimoire demands an equal exchange. The price has to match the value of the life being saved.
Yeah, and that's where the whole thing becomes, well, it becomes heartbreaking for Maya. See, her years of experience, her knowledge, even her remaining life, none of it is enough to pay for Ben's life. The grimoire demands something more, something that, embodies her essence, her amulet.
It's like those stories where a character makes a deal with, with a demon and doesn't read the fine print, right? This is that, but the stakes are just infinitely higher. Maya's basically trading her future potential, her ability to connect with the world, with its magic, all to weave Ben back to life.
And the story doesn't hold back on the visceral side of this magic. The incantation is described as a scream, like this violent outpouring of energy that leaves Maya totally drained, hollow.
Yeah, it's not pretty, is it? It's raw, brutal. It shows just how desperate this is and the immense cost of what Maya's doing.
And then you have this contrast. Ben wakes up, he's vibrant, he's strong, completely restored. But Maya, she's a shadow of who she was.
This is where the story really starts to dig deeper. What is sacrifice? What is the nature of love? Ben's alive, yeah. But at what cost? How can they even begin to rebuild when the very balance of their existence has been so drastically shifted?
It's like Flicker takes this familiar idea, right?
Yeah.
The magical exchange, and it makes it a reflection of what's happening inside the characters.
Yeah.
It's not just Ben's body that's been revived.
Right.
It's like he's been reborn into this world that now feels so intense, so bright, all because of what Maya lost.
And for Maya, it's not just a one-time thing, you know? It's this constant, this echoing absence. The story even mentions how the villagers, they're happy Ben's back, of course, but they sense this change in Maya. Her touch, it used to bring comfort and healing. Now it has this unsettling feeling to it.
It's like she's become this, I don't know, a walking reminder of the price of magic, or even maybe the price of love itself. There's this unease around her now, almost like they're afraid of her.
And that makes me think, are they afraid of the magic itself? Or are they afraid of a woman wielding that kind of power? It's subtle, but it adds another layer to this whole sacrifice thing. It's not just a part of herself she's given up. It's like she's risked her place in the community, too.
And then there's Ben. He's not oblivious to the change in Maya. He even asks her straight out, at what cost? But you get the sense that he doesn't really get it. He's seeing the world with these, renewed senses, while Maya is trapped in this, I don't know, this fading version of that same reality.
It's heartbreaking, that disconnect. They're together, but it's like they're in parallel worlds. He's in this technicolor dream, and she's stuck in a faded photograph.
The story uses this image, this sunset, and it's so powerful. Ben, he's just in awe of the colors,
No.
tracing them with his fingers like he's rediscovering the world. But Maya, she just sees this dull, washed-out version. Her senses, they were so attuned to life, and now it's like they're numb.
There's this line, it always gets me. His hand found hers, a lifeline she could no longer share. It's such a perfect way to describe how isolated she feels. The very thing that connected them, her ability to heal, to share that life energy, it's gone.
When we talk about Flicker being about sacrifice, it's easy to think about that first moment, with the magic. But it's the aftermath that really hits you. The sacrifice never really ends for Maya. It's just part of her now.
Exactly. That's what makes Flicker more than just a warning about messing with dark magic. It makes you think about love. about how complicated it is. What are we willing to sacrifice? When does giving become losing? Can love survive when the balance between two people is, well, when it's broken like that?
We've been talking about some pretty heavy stuff, sacrifice, loss, what love can cost you. But there's also this, I don't know, this glimmer of something else in Flicker, like a kind of acceptance. It's bittersweet, yeah, but it's also kind of powerful.
Oh, absolutely. The story doesn't sugarcoat it, you know? Maya's lost a part of herself, a big part, and there's no easy fix for that. But it also shows us that even when you lose something like that, love can find a way to change, to
Okay.
adapt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at first, it was about saving Ben's life, right?
Yeah.
That was the act of love. But the thing that really sticks with me, the final act of love, is her decision to make sure he's happy, even in a world she can't really experience anymore.
It's so subtle how this story does that. It's not giving up, it's not resignation, it's a choice. Maya chooses to find joy in Ben's joy,
Yeah.
even though her own senses are, well, they're dimmed.
It reminds me of those optical illusions, where two people see the same thing in totally different ways. Ben, he sees this vibrant world full of beauty. Maya, she sees like a faded version of that, and yet she chooses to focus on the fact that he can still experience it.
And that raises a big question about what it means to love someone. Do you have to share every experience equally? Or is there a deeper kind of love, one that allows for those differences, even when there are huge differences in how you see the world?
Maybe that's the flicker the title's talking about, not just Maya's senses fading, but that spark of love that stays, even when everything's changed.
Yeah, it's not a fairy tale ending, but
Yeah.
it has this quiet hope to it, almost defiant. It's like even when we lose something precious, there's still beauty in what's left. And
Mhm.
maybe that beauty is even stronger because it comes from loss.
It's a story that makes you think long after it's over. And that, to me, is what makes a story truly great.
Couldn't agree more. Flicker reminds us that love, well, it's a lot like magic. It can create and destroy, it can heal and hurt, it can bring us together or rip us apart. And in the end, it's up to us to figure it out, to face it with wisdom and courage, and to understand the sacrifices it asks of us.
Well said. And on that note, Dragon Slayers, we've come to the end of our journey through Flicker. We've faced the darkness, wrestled with some tough questions, and maybe, just maybe, we've come out a little wiser, a little more aware of that balance, that fragile balance in our hearts and in the worlds we create.
Thanks for coming along for the ride. Remember, every choice has consequences, whether it's a forbidden spell or a whispered promise, especially when it comes to matters of the heart.
Until next time, keep those imaginations burning bright, stay brave, and don't forget to rate and follow the Dangers and Dragons podcast. We'll be back with more stories, more magic, and more of that storytelling you can't get enough of.